Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Now today I'll be working on a 2014 Ram 1500 which desperately needs my attention both inside and out, so let's take a closer look at the truck. Alright, well, when the owner dropped the truck off, he mentioned that he had recently taken it through a car wash, and I think it's pretty clear it did a terrible job as the wheel wells are still full of stuck on mud, and there's actually quite a bit of dirt still stuck on the paint all around the truck, along with tons of bug guts up on the front end. But moving to the interior, and the workload doesn't get any lighter here as the door jambs are just as filthy, and it looks like there's dirt covering most of the interior panels, along with a few mystery spills, and then the carpets are covered in dust, so there's no shortage of work here. But just before we dive into getting this truck cleaned up, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you've got the bell on so you never miss out on a future video. Okay guys, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy while I completely transform this truck to look brand new again. Hey guys, just before I get to work on the truck, I wanted to tell you a little bit about a game that Mike got me hooked on, and that's Raid Shadow Legends. Now first off, thanks to Raid for sponsoring this video, and if you haven't heard yet, Raid Shadow Legends has taken over and gaming will never be the same. They've set the bar high and there's no going back. Now after playing Raid for a little while now, these are some of the champions I've been using. First is Cythalia. She's a great support champion and useful everywhere, but especially in PvP thanks to her many turn meter manipulation skills. Although my favorite thing about her is her incredibly powerful heal and how she can bring entire teams back from the brink of defeat. The second champion is the Royal Guard, and I've been using him for one thing only: to wreck bosses. He's the true star of PvE content, and his main weapon is that he attacks all enemies and deals extra damage according to enemy max HP. It's deadly against bosses and deals heavy damage to waves. And there's a ton happening in Raid this month. They've got special events every single day, including an entirely new event for the summer solstice. It's called the Path of Light, and you'll be able to explore 3 branching paths to get the rewards you want most. On top of that, there's some awesome new champions coming out and a set of skins for the amazing Trundra Guilt Mallet. They look amazing and I can't wait to get my hands on them. But wait, there's more. Raid's currently running a special Deliana Chase event where you can get your hands on the amazing Deliana, a brand new legendary champion from the High Elves faction, just by logging in. All you have to do is log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and July 20th and you'll get Deliana for free. That's it. This is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. We're talking a free epic champion Vergus, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome support champions as soon as you get in the game. But the gifts keep coming. All new players, listen up. Once you're in game, just enter promo code MyDeliana to get your hands on everything. Simple. Get 50 XP boost to instantly get your legendary hero Deliana to max level 50, as well as a ton of silver. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, and it's that easy. Just click the link in the description and I'll see you in the game. Alright, let's get started on the truck now. Okay, well, it feels like it's been 4 or 5 months since I've worked on a truck, which is really crazy as they're the most popular vehicle on the road around here. But like I mentioned earlier, the car wash this truck went through did a terrible job, and I'm guessing it wasn't a touchless one since it looks like there's brush marks around the remaining dirt and undoubtedly a whole pile of swirls in the paint now. But I'm noticing that the dirt is really stuck on, and I have to go over it a number of times before it lets go. Okay, moving to the back now, and with the truck having a little over 223,000 kilometers on it, or about 138,000 miles, I'd say it's in really good shape for its age, and only has a couple spots that would need any body work, like on the tailgate here, and unfortunately the one spot is already starting to rust, so hopefully the owner will get that fixed before it gets any worse. Working my way around the truck, and it's days like today that I'm really looking forward to working in the new studio where I'll have air conditioning. The temperature outside ended up reaching 35 degrees Celsius and 40 with the Humidex, which is about 95 Fahrenheit, feeling like 104, which meant the air temperature in the garage was a staggering 86 degrees for most of the day. Needless to say, I was dripping sweat all day and trying my best to stay hydrated while I worked hard on the truck. Now to tackle the really stubborn and stuck on dirt left on these wheels, I'm using my wheel and tire cleaner, and with its powerful non-acid formula it can quickly loosen that up, along with any tire blooming or brake dust on the wheels. And after using a few of my Detail Geek brushes, these wheels are going to be cleaner than they have been in a really long time. Starting on the mats now, and I know I've seen a few people ask recently about whether I clean both sides of the floor mats or just the top, and the answer is yes, I sure do clean both. Typically though, the bottoms are pretty clean and don't need much more than a quick rinse, but on the handful of occasions where they've been really dirty, I have included cleaning the bottom in the video. And just like when a vehicle has lots of floor mats, I only film a few of them for you guys, otherwise these videos would be way too long. Moving to the rear, under the seat storage bins, and thankfully they're pretty much just covered in a layer of dust and not much else, so the vacuum can make pretty quick work of that. But I can say from previous Ram trucks that if this particular area is stained, it's a bit more challenging to use the extractor on given the overall shape, and getting the corners clean takes a bit of patience. Starting in the middle section here, and you can maybe already tell, but the carpet in this Ram is pretty decent quality, so that's really nice for me today, as I really do get frustrated when the quality of a vehicle's components impacts how I'm able to do my job. Like with really cheap carpet, it's a constant fight to get it perfectly clean and takes a fair bit longer, so even though a truck like this is a big vehicle, I can move through this step pretty quickly today. Starting on the seats now, and it's time for this week's members question, which comes from Sherry Lynn, and it's what's the longest detail job you've ever had? So the short answer to that is the 20-hour marathon I did on the Chrysler Town & Country van from a few years back, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was the dirtiest. There's been numerous vehicles since then that have taken me in the 16 to 18 hour time range, and you could easily argue they were dirtier. Really, the amount of time a vehicle takes depends on lots of things like the size, how dirty it is, which areas of the vehicle are dirty, and even how much energy I've got going into the detail, as some days I just move faster than others. Moving to the driver's seat, and even though the stains here weren't all that visible, once I start making passes with the extractor, it's pretty clear that the seat was in fact very dirty, as the color of the water coming through doesn't lie. And in terms of how long it takes for the seats to be completely dry after this, I'd say on average it's maybe 3 to 4 hours, but on a day like today where it's really hot, it's less than that. Now as I start on another seat here, I wanted to let you guys know that I've got another day in the life video coming to the second channel in just a couple of days. This time I'm hard at work again out in the yard, and you'll get to see a bunch more progress happen out there. So if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so you don't miss out on that video. Here's the surprisingly orange water pulled from the ram today, along with a nice brown note at the end. Gross. Turning to these vents where the dirt is really caked on, and after spraying on some all-purpose cleaner diluted about 10:1, I'll agitate with the steamer and blast some steam in there too to loosen things up. Then I'll follow up with my detail brush and more steam until they're perfectly clean. Now, while I steamed some of these trim pieces I removed earlier, I wanted to remind you guys that if you've ever wondered what particular product I'm using at various points in my videos, well, I've got them all listed down in the description for you, along with a link to where you can buy them. So if you happen to enjoy detailing your own vehicle, then be sure to give them a look. You can be sure that everything I use is top of the line and won't break the bank. Okay, now to really make this beautiful red paint pop, I'm using my Detail Geek paint sealant, and I'm starting by priming my pad, which means applying some and spreading it around before I start. That way there's already product in the pad before it touches the paint, and then I'll go over every section applying a nice and even layer, and by the time I'm done it's hazed over and ready to be removed with about 2 to 3 of my dual pile towels. Okay, second last step here, and one of my favorite things to do on a vehicle is to apply 303's aerospace protectant to the tonneau cover, as it instantly rejuvenates it and makes it look so incredibly good. Not only does it offer outstanding UV protection, but it leaves it with a deep matte black look that makes it look brand new again. Alright guys, well, a long and grueling 10 hours later, and the Ram is all cleaned up and looking like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Now if you guys enjoyed this transformation, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.